Have you ever wondered why Moses' body was never found? It's a question that has puzzled minds for centuries, sparking endless debates and theories. The mystery surrounding Moses goes beyond the stories we find in the Bible. There are hidden truths and enigmatic secrets waiting to be uncovered. In our upcoming video, we're diving deep into the captivating narrative of Moses and all the mysteries that shroud this remarkable figure. Moses isn't just a character from ancient texts. He's a symbol of resilience, leadership, and faith that continues to inspire people across generations. Think about it. Moses, chosen by a higher power to lead his people out of slavery, guide them to a promised land, and impart divine wisdom. His story, chronicled meticulously in the Pentateuch, particularly in Exodus, resonates with us because it's not just about ancient history, it's about human triumph, courage, and the pursuit of justice. So join us as we unravel the fascinating tale of Moses and explore the profound impact he has had on our world. Exodus tells an awe-inspiring tale, marking the greatest escape in history as over 2 million slaves broke free from one of the world's most fortified nations. This epic narrative is brimming with miracles, some of the most renowned ones chronicled in sacred texts. At the helm of this historic exodus was Moses, a figure who witnessed more miracles than the combined experiences of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alongside the divine interventions that unfolded in favor of his people, there were events that might appear magical, like Moses transforming his staff into a serpent. Yet these occurrences primarily signify divine power shaping creation for the welfare of his people. Moses' journey is a tapestry of such instances, each laden with profound meaning. Moses was born into turbulent times for his people, the Israelites, who had long dwelled in Egypt. Initially welcomed during Joseph's governorship, they later descended into slavery under the reign of Egyptian pharaohs. Confronted with this adversity, Pharaoh decreed the slaughter of all Israelite infants, fearing their burgeoning numbers. Determined to save her son from this fate, Moses' family devised a plan. Concealing him initially, they eventually entrusted him to the Nile's waters in a basket among the reeds, with his sister keeping watch. Fate led Pharaoh's daughter to discover the child, and Moses' sister swiftly offered to procure a nurse, ingeniously arranging for his own mother to care for him. Raised as a prince in opulent surroundings, Moses, once the son of an Israelite slave, was now nurtured amid Egyptian nobility, his life a testament to the twists of destiny. Despite all the wealth and comfort he enjoyed, Moses never forgot where he came from. He felt a deep connection to his fellow Israelites who were enslaved. One day, he witnessed an Egyptian mistreating a Hebrew slave and couldn't stand by. Fueled by anger and a sense of justice, Moses took matters into his own hands, unaware that his actions were witnessed. In a moment of impulse, he ended up killing the Egyptian and burying him in the sand. The next day, Moses tried to settle a dispute between two Hebrews, but one of them questioned whether he would kill him like he did the Egyptian. Shocked that news of his deed had spread, Moses realized he was in danger. Before long, Pharaoh caught wind of what had happened and sought vengeance. Fearing for his life, Moses fled to the wilderness of Midian, becoming a fugitive. Once upon a time in the land of Midian, there lived a prince and a priest, blessed with 7 daughters. These young women were full of spirit and courage, often taking on the responsibility of fetching water for their father's beloved flocks. However, their peaceful routine was disrupted one day when they encountered trouble with some local shepherds who drove them away from the watering hole. Just when things seemed dire, a stranger appeared, none other than Moses. With strength and kindness, he shooed away the shepherds and ensured the safety of the women and their flocks. Grateful for his brave intervention, the father of the daughters invited Moses to share a meal with them. Impressed by his character and grateful for his help, he offered one of his daughters, Zipporah, to Moses in marriage. And so Moses embraced this new chapter of his life, becoming a shepherd and starting a family with Zipporah. But fate had greater plans for Moses. One day, as he tended to his sheep amidst the vast desert, he stumbled upon a sight both mysterious and awe-inspiring. A bush ablaze with divine fire, yet unconsumed. It was here that God spoke to Moses, calling him to a monumental task: Through the burning bush, God revealed his plan to Moses, to leave behind his peaceful existence and embark on a journey to Egypt. There he was to lead the Israelites, his people, out of the clutches of slavery and oppression. God had witnessed their suffering, heard their cries, and now he was calling upon Moses to be their deliverer. With a heavy heart, yet a sense of purpose, Moses accepted this divine mission. He was to guide his people to a promised land, a land of abundance and freedom where they could thrive and flourish. And so, with courage in his heart and God's guidance, Moses set forth on a journey that would change the course of history. At 80 years old, Moses stood firm against Pharaoh's stubbornness, determined to free the Israelites. When Pharaoh refused, Moses brought down 10 devastating plagues upon Egypt. Rivers turned to blood, frogs swarmed the land, lice and flies infested homes, livestock perished, boils afflicted people, hailstorms battered crops, locusts devoured fields, darkness blanketed the land, and finally, the firstborns of Egypt succumbed. Only after enduring these calamities did Pharaoh relent and release the Hebrews. With Moses at their helm, the Israelites embarked on their journey to the promised land, only to be pursued by Pharaoh's army. But through a miracle, Moses parted the Red Sea, allowing his people to pass safely before it engulfed their pursuers. Their journey continued to Mount Sinai, where Moses climbed to its summit and received the divine guidance encapsulated in the 10 Commandments and other laws. Their path through the wilderness was fraught with challenges. The Israelites, despite witnessing miracles, grumbled and rebelled. Yet Moses persisted, offering them the clarity and direction they needed, even after their victory against the Amalekites and the revelation of the 10 Commandments. In the end, Moses' leadership guided them, but he himself was destined to glimpse the promised land from afar, forbidden to enter it. Though his journey ended, his legacy endured through the teachings he imparted and the remarkable events that shaped the destiny of his people for generations to come. While Moses was up on the mountain having a chat with God, the Israelites down below decided to throw a party of their own. But instead of balloons and cake, they whipped up a shiny golden calf to worship. When Moses came back and caught them red-handed, he was beyond furious. He smashed the stone tablets with the 10 Commandments like an angry chef chopping vegetables. After cooling off a bit, Moses trekked back up the mountain to have a heart-to-heart with God, begging for forgiveness for his people. God, being the understanding type, gave Moses a second chance. But there was a catch. Moses had to carve out new commandments on fresh tablets. For the next 40 days, Moses stayed up there, fasting, praying, and having deep chats with the big guy upstairs. When he finally descended, his face was so bright it scared the pants off everyone.